Got them tightened up with the pliers. See if it makes a difference. Oh, hold up, hold up. Plug wire's not plugged in. Okay, try it again. There it goes. Alright, sounds good. Hell yeah. Yeah, you're good. You can kill it. Alright, hell yeah. Sounds good. Sweet. Alright, so here's this charger. So you'll have that for that little battery. Alright. Progress. Gotta love making progress. Alright, y'all. So we got the car started. So I had to take the battery out to use it to pop the hatch on the Camaro so we could get into the Camaro. But the car runs. It's topped off with oil. So I think tomorrow when I get off work, I'm going to go by the house, load up the cherry picker, and come over here and start getting all the rest of this stuff pulled out. I need to go buy some Sawzall blades so I can just chop this off. Make it a lot easier pulling this out and go from there. So I guess I'll catch you guys tomorrow with the cherry picker. We'll start pulling this engine out of here. Got the blue Impala loaded up and just got home, so I'm about to start this thing up and drive it off the dolly. Have the e-brake set. Back here. That's reverse. Brake. Release the e-brake. Now we've got to set the e-brake again. Here. Drive. Release the e-brake. Alright. Oh, yeah, it broke it off. Fuck. Alright, now I've got to get the jack out. Jack this thing up. I wedged the tire. Yep, completely snapped that inner. Okay. Yeah, I gotta change the inner and I'll give you all another update. Let me get the jack out. Guys, that was quick. So all I did was just take this wheel and tire off the back, put the 20 on the back, stuck this on there, and that allowed the wheel to turn all the way to the left because the tie rod is broke, but it didn't rub. It didn't hit here. And then actually, once I cleared the carport over here and I straightened the wheel up, it just straightened up. I guess that the inner still pushed the outer and turned it back straight. So she's actually in there pretty straight. And now I can, tomorrow, I'm going to get the cherry picker out of the shed. I'm going to start pulling this engine out of here tomorrow. So I think that's going to be it for now. I got to put the tools back up. I got to put the dolly back over here, lock it up to the tree. And I got to move the 07. I'm going to put it in the driveway here. And yeah, so I guess I'm gonna get this dolly unhooked and get everything picked up and put up, and I'll give you another update. All right, guys, so it's the next day. It's Sunday morning. It's about 8 a.m. I'm about to get the cherry picker out of the shed. I've already got the truck backed up, started getting some tools and stuff out. So I've got to get this jack out so I can jack the car up, put it on jack stands. Got to get the cherry picker. I'm just going to hook it up to this. Say a lot of this is already disconnected and broke, like the radiator hoses. It got busted off. It's already disconnected. So a lot of this is already disconnected. It's already no coolant in there. So shouldn't be as much work as it normally is. And then I'm probably also going to have to take the Sawzall and just chop off this radiator support, because it's already fucked anyways. So I'll just chop it off and should be able to get this thing pulled out of here in a couple hours. So y'all stay tuned. I'll give y'all another update once I get the cherry picker out. Alright, y'all, so I got the cherry picker out of the shed. It's all set up. Got my chain sitting up here. So I'm about to grab this chain. I gotta hook it up. I got this hook here. There's another hook in the back. Just put tension on it. I've already pulled this axle out. So now I gotta go pull the other side axle back out. And I gotta disconnect the transcooler lines. I'll probably just cut them because they're already fucked anyways. I gotta pull these 4 15mm bolts out of this side. Transmission mount. Get my 2 motor mount bolts. Heater hoses. Exhaust. Pull these dog bones, chop this off, and we should be able to lift this thing out of here. So I'm gonna get to work and I'll give y'all another update before I get this thing pulled out. All right, you guys, so I used the Sawzall, chopped this radiator support out. I'm gonna chop it here. I was able to get the radiator out with the AC condenser all as one assembly. It's over there. Pull the cooler lines out. So making shit's in progress. I mean, it's only been like 20-30 minutes. So yeah, so now I've just got to get the heater core lines. I've got to undo the exhaust and the power steering line. That's pretty much it. And then I also learned, after doing that power steering line on the other Impala, this actually has the same cooler line setup. It just has another extension that comes down from the pump and connects on right here. And normally that would go onto the 3/8 pump. So that's pretty cool. It looks like you can even bolt on a 3/8 power steering pump right there. That'd be sweet. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little update, show y'all I'm making some really good progress. So I'm gonna keep working on this, and I've got to get that exhaust disconnected and a couple other things, and this whole assembly should be out of here. So I'll give y'all another update. Y'all stay tuned. All right, you guys, so I've got pretty much everything disconnected. I just cut the fuel lines because I didn't want to cut the actual fuel rail on the engine side, and my little tool doesn't fit because there's a bend right here on these lines, and so I couldn't get my tool in there, so I just cut them over here. This car is never going to have an engine in it again. So and then yeah, that one's just a little vacuum fuel line. I guess that's for the purge valve or whatever. But yeah, so the only thing that's still connected is the power steering lines. Right here, I'll come around to this side. So I've got this power steering line that I was talking about earlier. I got the clamp off here, so this will slide off, but the high pressure line wraps all the way around and goes over to the rack. So I'm probably just going to cut the high pressure line over here, because I'm not going to be using this anyways. I'll be using the Grand Am one. So, but yeah, I just got to cut that line and slide this line off, and then motor and trans is out. I think the only other thing is I've got power wire for the subs, so I can chop that. Don't need that. and motor and trans is out. So I'm gonna chop these couple lines in that wire and pull this thing out, and I'll give you another update. All right, you guys, she's out of there. Nothing left in the bay. So yeah, I just had to sawzall off that high pressure line just because I didn't want to undo it from the rack. I tried to snake it out of there, and fuck that. So the motor and trans is out. Next thing will be unmarrying the engine from the trans, because we're not using this trans in the Grand Am. And yeah, but yeah, as you can tell, this the return line for the power steering is the exact same as the 3.8 return line. Exact same. I didn't know that. If I would have known that, I could have just pulled this one off and put it onto the 3.8 swapped Impala. It would have been the exact same. But it's all good. So one other thing I need to get off of this is I need to drop the rear side of the subframe, and I need to get one of those insulator bushings for the 07, since I'm missing one. Probably end up taking both just so I have an extra for just in case. And yeah, and then I'm gonna pull off all these aluminum lines, because all that shit's gonna get scrapped. Probably the subframe will end up getting scrapped because it's all aluminum. So anything on this thing that's aluminum I can scrap. I'm gonna pull off of here. And then I think the doors with the windows we're going to put onto the 3.8 swapped Impala, because all these windows go up and down except for that passenger rear. And in the 3.8 swapped Impala, none of the windows go up and down. So yeah, we're going to end up swapping all the doors around so that she's got windows that go up and down, and she's planning on painting the whole car anyways, so it's not going to matter if it has mismatched doors and shit. And yeah, so we're going to try to use everything off of this car that we can to fix up the 3.8 swapped Impala, and go from there. So, but yeah, motor and trans is out. So now I've got to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do with it, where I'm going to put it. And I got to get this thing thrown back together, put the wheels on, roll it out. And this thing's going back over to Tommy's house today. So I'm going to cut some lines out of here, and I'll give you all another update. Alright, you guys, so I've got the blue Impala loaded back on the dolly. Thing's hooked up, it's ready to go. I got the cherry picker put back in the shed. I just set the motor and trans here. Got my scrap shit over here. I still have to get those subframe deals off of it, but I'm going to end up swapping the brakes and a bunch of other stuff, the doors and maybe the back bumper, I don't know yet. The gauge cluster, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff we're going to pull off of this for the 3.8 swapped Impala for Tracy. So I'm going to have to end up working on it more. It's not like it's going to the scrapyard right now. So I just decided to leave that for another time. I've got 2 other cars to go work on, trying to make some money. So I'm going to take this back over to Tommy's house and drop it back off, and I'll give you all an update once I make it over there. Alright, y'all, car is dropped off. Boom. There's a Camaro sitting on blocks.